This is the BGG Climbers list for the week ending 4/27/2022. This list is put together every week by Michael Alexander. I'll include links in the description below if you want to take a look at the actual list or subscribe to it on BGG. So let's get into it with number 10. This is Human Punishment: The Beginning. I don't even remember hearing about this game, but I'm assuming based on the ratings that it was delivered recently for Kickstarter. Its ratings have been pretty solid up to this point. I think maybe a little bit above average for a pre-release Kickstarter. I'm assuming they had some version of it available, and it's a fairly heavyweight game at 3.42. This game is interesting because I guess it's based on this human punishment social deduction 2.0, and it's a semi-cooperative social deduction pick up and deliver game. Now, typically pick up and deliver games don't do terribly well, but this one might have a following that I'm not aware of based on the social deduction game that they had. The artwork looks good. It looks like these acrylic standees are really starting to take off with various people. I do think that if you have some good artwork, the acrylic standees do look amazing. This artwork looks very futuristic. I think a little bit cyberpunk-ish. Overall, I think the artwork and the look is good. As far as the gameplay, I don't know. I haven't seen anything on this, but just given that it's pick up and deliver game, given that it's got bluffing and deduction, I think that it's appealing to a specific audience that it's not gonna climb up in the top 100 or probably in the top 500 on BGG. So that is number 10. Human Punishment: The Beginning. Number 9 is Planet Unknown. So we've seen this one for a few weeks. The tile laying game kind of started out, actually, even before the Kickstarter, it was 7.76, or even before the Kickstarter deliveries, it was kind of upper 7s. It's climbed a little bit since then, landing upper 7s, lower 8s, but I don't think this is going to be sufficient to propel into the top 100. I think this is going to be a top 500 game at most, and it really depends on the amount of deliveries from the Kickstarter and how the retail release goes. So it's number 9, Planet Unknown. Number 8, First Rat from Pegasus Spiel. Let's see. Rats collect items for building a rocket to the Cheese Moon. So it's definitely a unique theme. It's I guess a 2.42. That's a decent weight game. So let's take a look at this. We have set collection, point-to-point movement, race game. And it is, you're going to move your rats on the path. So you have multiple rats going on this path, it looks like. So it looks to me like it's, what is that? Takedo-esque in the, in the movement and the set collection stuff. So maybe it's actually lighter. I don't know. It's kind of heavier weight than I would think for a game like this. 10 plus. Yeah, the theme is definitely unique. You're collecting cheese, it looks like, and your rats, which is unique. I don't know. I'm not sure. My feeling is this one's not going to do terribly amazing. It's probably not going to do bad. It looks like the people that have played it like it so far, but I don't think we're going to be seeing this for too many weeks on this list. So that's First Rat. Number 7, The Thing board game. So, is this a Kickstarter? I don't know, because I don't think I've seen this one. Although I think Universal Studios has been, cooperating with a number of Kickstarter releases for their IPs. But let's see. So this was not Kickstarter, semi-cooperative, hidden roles, and voting. Interesting. And this is kind of a big game, it looks like. A lot of miniatures. This almost looks like a Kickstarter game, but maybe not a Kickstarter. I don't know. It doesn't say Kickstarter on the page, so yeah, I guess it's retail. Yeah, so maybe it was a Kickstarter because it has retail edition. It's not too terribly expensive, but I'm guessing the retail version doesn't come with all these minis and stuff. It has much stuff in the box. Looks okay. I mean, it plays a lot of players. It's a medium weight game. I do think that games like this aren't gonna do terribly well. It looks like maybe it's a little bit more complicated than than most people are going to be looking for that are maybe into this IP. But we'll see. I mean, let's see how the ratings are doing. So we got 7.83. Yeah, so it's not starting out too strong even with its first ratings. So again, this is probably not headed in the top 100. Well, we can wait and see, but most likely it's gonna fall from here in terms of the ratings. So number 7, The Thing, the board game. Number 6 is Longshot, the dice game. So we keep seeing this, and actually, this week it's climbed up a little bit in the ratings. I think it's getting quite good ratings from a lot of content creators out there. I think for large groups that want to play kind of a roll and write, kind of a push your luck game, I think that this is a good choice. For my groups, I don't see us playing it, so I don't even think I'll try it out. Maybe at a convention I'll try it out, but not for something that I'm gonna own. So Longshot, the dice game. Number 5, Azul Queen's Garden. So this game, I think we saw it a few weeks ago. It looks good. I like the hexagonal tiles, but I think that this Azul, Azul is kind of, it's becoming a yearly thing, and I think people are probably wearing out a little bit on the whole Azul thing. For me, Summer Pavilion's the best one. Maybe the original one second. This one looked cool, but I just don't see it doing as well as those originals. So that's 5, or I guess Summer Pavilion I liked a lot. I think it did well, but not as as good as the original Azul. Number 5, Azul Queen's Garden. Number 4, Veiled Fate. So I don't know what this one is. It's actually doing fairly decent. All the recent ratings are above 8. So let's see. A 2.13 complexity, 4 to 5. Man, this is a lot of bluffing, deduction, and miniatures games this week. And this was obviously a crowdfunded game. It's got some miniatures that look okay. I guess there's kind of a lot of detail for a small miniature. And it looks, in my opinion, maybe a little bit overproduced for a deduction game. I do like the artwork, though. Let's see. What do we have here? So I guess we have some painted miniatures. They look decent. They look pretty small, but they did a good job painting them and stuff. Better than I would do, obviously. I mean, it's a deduction bluffing game. It's probably not going to climb up the list too high. Obviously, the people that have gotten it so far like it, so it's probably a good, bluffing and deduction game. But again, this isn't really in the area of games that I typically play in. I think games you typically see at a high ranking on BGG. This is Veiled Fate, number 4. Number 3 is Wonderlands War. So this game came out. I think it's shaping up to be Skybound Games' highest rated game. It's consistently getting 8.5s, 8.3s. There's going to be a retail edition that comes out, which I think the retail edition, if they release the premium chips, as an add-on in retail, a lot of people would probably get them or maybe have them on BGG store. The premium chips are really good. Like, they felt great playing with them, and we're gonna, I'll have a playthrough posted here soon with a 4-player game, and it played about maybe like 2 hours and 20 minutes, which is pretty good, I think. Everyone really enjoyed it. Everyone felt like there's a good mix of strategy and push your luck. And everyone, I think the best thing is there's very little downtime. Like, everyone's pretty engaged throughout the whole game. So that's really good. So, Wonderlands War, number 3. Number 2, Arc Nova. This continues to climb. It's at rank 25. This week's did come down a little bit in ranking, in overall ratings, but it's been hovering in the 8.7 range for quite a while. I have a feeling this is, before the end of the year, this is almost certainly in the top 10, and then we will see where it goes from there and how many ratings it gets. So number 2, Arc Nova. And number 1, Foundations of Rome. So this is, I think, the second week we saw it on the list. So this is a huge box game from Arcane Wonders. It is a very light game that I think you would argue is overproduced for sure. Now, I played it, and I think it's a solid game for what it is. It's not a game I would buy. Obviously, I didn't purchase it. I think it looks really cool. I think in person, like, I could definitely see playing this game at a convention just to play it and I guess bask in the glorious miniatures and the giganticness of the game. I'm sure it's a huge table hog. It looks like they have a warping scoreboard issue maybe, but it's good that it's a dual layer board so that you can fit the cubes in and you don't have to keep moving around. I felt like someone painted their set. That's cool. And someone has cats in their boxes. Overall, like I said, I think it's a solid game from from the weight that the game is, and obviously is overproduced and looks really cool. So, if that's the market of the game that you're in, I think you're getting exactly what you expect. Would I get it? Obviously not. I have, I've had a couple opportunities to get it, and I just hasn't been compelling enough to have a game of this weight and that is really this size for me. But where do I think it's going to land? Probably, I don't think it's going to get enough ratings to end up in the top 100, even though it's pretty strong opening on this. I think it's probably going to be in the top 500 games-ish range. Maybe if it gets enough sales, it'll be in the top 250. So there you have it. That is the BGG Climbers list for the week ending 4/27/2022. If you like this video, please like and please subscribe. And please take a look at our other videos. Thank you.